hamstring feeling?
Fine.
Just seems like a lot of frustration for you.
Yeah, that's definitely the overwhelming feeling more than anything. At this point, it's just kind of the beating your head against the wall type feeling. It's like we've obviously tried all kinds of things, and for that to be popping up again is obviously just frustrating.
It didn't feel overly hot where we were sitting. Was it hotter on the field today, or is it just?
It's. I feel like this year it's harder for me to gauge just because I haven't been here all year. I changed my jersey after the 4th. It was pretty wet. I'm a big sweater as it is, but I obviously have a hard time comparing anything this year just because I haven't been here as much.
How long did you feel it for before calling the trade?
I felt it right when I threw that pitch. I knew I was going to come out of the game as soon as I felt it, just because it wasn't letting go. Before I stepped back on the mound, I still felt that I was just kind of giving it some time. In the back of my mind, I knew it wasn't going to let go, but I was just giving myself at least some sort of effort to see if it would. And then when I stepped back off the rubber is when I knew that it wasn't going to give. And especially in that moment when it's already starting to cramp, the more I throw, it's not going to get any better. Max came out, and I think I was just giving myself more of a moment there to just kind of digest what was going on more than anything. I knew what was going on. I'd felt it before. I knew I was probably coming out of the game. I just wanted to give myself a minute there to just kind of process what was going on.
It seemed like you came up with a pretty good routine last year after you had the issues to not have it again.
Yeah, and when we've been sticking to that pretty much this year, I think that's one of the reasons why it's so frustrating. It seems like it's been, and that's kind of been the theme of the Cramping stuff, right? It seems like it's good for a little while, and then all of a sudden it'll tag me just kind of out of nowhere. I didn't feel anything today before that pitch, warming up with the innings prior. No signs, no symptoms of it, and then all of a sudden I throw that pitch, and the next thing I know, I'm out of the game. So,
do you have any concerns about pitching in Colorado?
No. As of now, just like any other time I've cramped. I have no reservations about making my next start.
I guess I don't mean it from that perspective. I just mean at altitude and dealing with other factors that could make you have a
I feel like all those factors are completely out of my control. I just do the best I can to continue to hydrate, and obviously we're going to talk to the training staff and our doctors and start turning over some more reliefs and see what we got. But I feel like if I go into a game worried about it, I'm probably already behind the 8 ball. So every time I have a start that this has happened, the next one I don't really think about it, and especially because it doesn't usually happen early in the game. So it's like I focus on that game, and if it happens, it happens. I can't really control that. I just kind of try to block it out and focus on what I'm trying to do as the task at hand.
And it hasn't happened on the road yet, right?
Not that I can recall. The games that I remember was the Colorado game here. Both games that I had 12 strikeouts. I can't remember what the other one was, but that was also here. I think most of them have been here, but I'd have to go back and look to give you a 100% answer on that.
How did you feel like your outing was going before the cramping started?
Good. And I think that's one of the more frustrating parts. I feel like my rhythm and timing's starting to come back. The ball's coming out of my hand a lot better. The velo's back to kind of somewhat normal, kind of pre-injury stuff. Ball had life on it. Curveball was good. Slider was good. Cutter was good. Pretty much everything. So I think, going back to the 12 strikeout game, I think that's one of the more frustrating parts is when I'm going well and I actually feel good, and then it kind of just stops me in my tracks. So, but other than that, happy with the progression and how I felt today.
How quickly does the feeling dissipate? Do you still feel it now at all, or does it go away pretty quickly?
It goes away pretty quick. Once I come in here and kind of, sit down for a second and relax, it usually gives. When I'm walking off the mound, it pretty much is starting to go away at that point. It's just, I know at that moment of the game with continuing to throw pitches is just not going to go away. So that's the reason why we come out of the game. But afterwards, once I calm down and stop sweating a little bit, it usually goes away pretty fast.
We all silly like the mayor.